Hello everyone, welcome to my second playlist. In first playlist, we learn about top SQL interview questions curated by Leetcode. In the second playlist, we learn the top coding interview questions again curated by Leetcode. The first step is to have a Leetcode account. If you already have, you can skip this step. If you don't have, you need to head over to leetcode.com and then create account. Let's read this step. If you don't know what is Leetcode is an online platform, coding platform to enhance your coding skills to prepare for technical interviews. It's one of the top platform. Many people post their inter experiences. There are a lot once you head over to inside Leetcode. So what we'll do is we'll try to solve a top coding interview questions. Let's create account. So I already have. I'll just show you how to create account. This is all you have to do is click on create account, and then you can fill the details. Or if you have a, I'm sure you will if you open this in a Chrome, you will have a Gmail, so you can also use Gmail. I'll use Gmail, or you can use this. Fill out the details, and then you'll get an email, and then the steps follows. Now let's use Gmail. I use Gmail. This is the all right. So I want to learn and enhance coding skill. You can choose whichever the options suits you. I'll choose I'm a beginner and I want to learn. I am also data scientist, so I also learn and explore machine learning. All right, so you can choose, you can ignore as well. All right, so this is where the moment you log in, you will be head over to this page. Um, the first playlist which I have is SQL top 50 interview questions. Well, I'll put the description in the playlist description, playlist URL in the description. And now we will be learning the top coding interview questions, right? So click on explore here, and then you will find top interview questions, the coding interview questions. So this is where we will solve around 48 questions. They are spread across 9 chapters. If you don't find here, you can search, click on more. You'll find here top interview questions. All right. So let's click on this. Let's click on this. And then if you see here, there are different sections. Again, easy, medium, hard collection. So we'll focus on easy. Now here, as it there are many topics, right? There are many chapters in those 48 questions. So some questions are on arrays, string, linked list, trees, dynamic programming, and so on and so forth. We'll go step by step, understand wherever theory required, understand direct coding wherever required. So we'll go step by step slowly. And there are 48 questions. We'll try to every day. We'll try to have. I'll try to solve one question and then post the video. I'll try because I'm also a working professional. Sometimes if I don't get time, I'll try to create 1 or 2 videos and then schedule accordingly and then post it. Let's try to wrap it up within 50 days. But if you have more time, you can do it in less time as well. But I'll try to wrap it in 50 days. Let's see. This is first step you need. The second step, although Leetcode, they give interpreter, right? That's where you submit your code. They test. There will be test cases. They'll test your code against those test cases. If your code is good, they accept, or else they'll not accept your code. This is one step. This is the whole Leetcode works. The second, the thought process is how do you debug? How do you go step by step? That's where you need an environment. You can install Python and then do that. That's one way of doing it. Like you control of your code. You know each and every line what's happening. It is difficult because finally what Leetcode accepts is the give the solution. Underneath, they don't care. If you want to understand the step by step, understand what's going on each step, you have to write code line by line, right? That's where you need an environment to run your code. That's where we'll use Google Colab. Google Colab, if you search Google Colab, you will get this welcome to Google Collaboratory. So which is nothing but a notebook as a service. If you don't know Jupyter Notebook, that's where most of the data scientists write their code. It's like a Jupyter notebook, but on the internet. You don't have to install anything. They provide you resources which are nothing but server, RAM, CPU, whatever required to run your code. Of course, there are minimal. They don't give you like a very super end machine. With minimal required, whatever required, they'll provide you. So you don't have to install. We'll directly use this. So you can click on create notebook plus new notebook, or you can go to file and then choose new notebook. That is also fine. This is where we use this node. This is for our running the environment. So what I'll do is I'll simply copy this. I'll simply say print. So I'll simply write like welcome to. All right. So we'll what I have to do is I just have to enter shift, click on shift enter, and automatically it runs. You'll get the output. What happens behind the scene? It will take some time. There it will try to, this is running in a browser, but to execute this statement, right, you need a kernel, you need some interpreter behind the scene. So that's where this notebook, what you see here, it's a browser based notebook where not execution doesn't happen here. Behind the scene, it needs some server. If you see here, it has some capacity, right? It has the RAM, it has a disk. So this attachment, the resource attachment, will take little time, and then each time when if you log in, right, for the first time, if you're logging, or maybe if you're idle for some time, then automatically it will recollect. Google will automatically recollect that allocated resources. Again, you log in, again it will take some time to allocate the compute engine. If you see here, Python 3 Google Compute Engine, here it says connected to Google Python 3 Google Compute Engine backend. So basically, it's a server. So it takes little time, nothing to be worried. So this is where you don't have to install anything. This is the second step we need, where we'll debug the code step by step. This is the second step. The third step is we'll also show you how to put a breakpoint and then understand the entire debugging flow. Here, it is good to write a code like a data scientist, but as a software developer, most of the time you also do something like a debugging your code. When you have a big code, like a written hundreds of lines, and you have tens of files, then to debug where the code is breaking, you need to put a breakpoint and then understand what's happening in each and every line, and if there is any values which are getting miscomputed, so you have to go and inside each and every function and then debug it. How to do that? That's where I'll also help you with something like a VS Code. With the VS Code, we'll put a breakpoint and then explain you the steps. I'll not explain in the early stage of the course or the playlist. Maybe during the mid, or maybe once you understand the basic functionalities of Python. So along with these solutions, you'll also learn little bit of basic Python syntax. So this will be solved. This entire playlist will be solved using Python. These solutions will be solved using Python. And the reason for Python is easy to read, easy to write. There are many more disadvantages with respect to you can focus on coding rather than of course the C, C++, Java. They are much more memory efficient. There are many more production related application on that. There are lots of challenges with respect to, in terms of, especially you are learning to, there are especially related to for loop, the data storage, data types. All of those things are very difficult. You have to learn those, and then sometimes it is very difficult to fix when you are going beyond when sometimes out of bound. So there are lots of exceptions. You have to also take care of data types. There are a lot of other internal it makes hard for you to fix those issues. Instead, we'll focus on problem solving, which is this, and then use Python to address this. And that's how we will learn and then solve all these problems. So we'll use Python and then debug using Colab, and also using VS Code. And during maybe mid of the course, or maybe after a few problems solved, I'll explain you. And that's all, guys. We'll try to do one video every day, one problem every day, and then hopefully we'll try to wrap this in 50 days. Thank you again. See you in the next video.